Hey, what's going on, my friends and family? This is your certified life and relationship coach, Coach Court. And in today's video, we're going to talk about a message that I get from a lot of people that are very remorseful and they feel some type of way about just learning about attachment styles. But guess what? Um, it's not too late to learn about attachment styles, all right? It's not too late to learn about attachment styles because there's a quote that I heard from a person that says, "When a student is ready, you when a student is ready, a teacher will appear." Right, and that's what I want to talk about here tonight. You are here exactly when you needed to be here. All right, let's get ready to go. Thank you for sticking around. If this is your first time viewing me, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel by clicking that subscribe button and ringing that little bell so you're notified for the newest content. But before I get into the content, if you want my help personally, reach out to me on my website at www.fruitfulseeds with the Z at the end.com and leave me an email no longer than 2 to 3 paragraphs long, no longer than 500 words, because it makes it really difficult to respond to long emails. But you're not late. You're not late. Whoa, late on one, huh, Coach? Yeah, I am late tonight. I am on a late night deal. I know I have to remember that I got people here in the U.S. that follows me also that want to have these discussions with me. I do those sessions early because I'm trying to be mindful of the people that I work with over in the UK and over in Europe. Um, so I decided to do one late tonight. I didn't do it earlier, but Matthew, I see you pointing that out. I appreciate you. Glad you can make it here tonight. If you guys are part of my membership program, I truly do appreciate you guys helping me out. I appreciate the support. And I also hope that it's as valuable as I can make it for you guys. I know the price point is really doable for a lot of people, especially if they're struggling and they need some guidance and they can't afford a one on one session with me immediately. So, just to have those little oil changes once a month, we'll go in, and do the 20-minute sessions together for 25 bucks a month. That is part of my membership program here, right here on YouTube, which means you don't have to go anywhere else. Just go to my homepage, click join, and select the option for the Harvest membership, and you'll be in. And then I'll contact you and get a session booked for you so you can have your session for the month. But for the other people who are part of the lower package members, I appreciate you guys donating each and every month to me. And I'm not forgetting about the group coaching calls we're going to have. We're going to have those, right? I'm just trying to figure out the best time, how I can make it as accessible as possible. Because, like I said before this, I did this live session tonight because literally my guy Glenn here is 2 a.m. here, so it's too late for. That's funny. He kind of playing off the title here a little bit. It's too late for him. So, hey, Coach, I'm gonna get to these messages real quick. All right, I just want to talk about how the reason I decided to do this session tonight, because there are so many people that struggle, and are very resentful about themselves. They're angry at themselves, and I work with people who are in their 60s. And I had a couple people that were 70s, in their 70s, that were just learning about attachment styles. They were a little bit frustrated with the people who they went and seen. I mean, they've been to counselors, there's been a therapist, and nobody told them about attachment styles, and they feel bamboozled or hoodwinked. But it's just not something that a lot of people talk about. It's kind of nichey, so that's why I'm here. That's why I decided to create this channel. When I learned about attachment styles in coaching school, I said, this is it. This is 1000% it. This is all of my issues I've ever had. And when people reach out to me and leave comments in the comment section, they say the same thing. This is all the issues they've ever had. And they wish they would have known about this and how to not only show up in the relationship they're in, but also put the brakes on themselves and heal their style. What's up, Jesse? It's okay, Selena. I'll see you tomorrow. Speaking fact. All right, all right, all right. So, um, guess what? It is not too late to learn about attachment styles. You learn exactly when you needed to learn, because I can tell you that there's many times when I've read books, I've heard about theories. My degree was in sociology, and there's so much stuff that I forgot about as far as like what I learned in school, and stuff that I had my ears plugged. I had cotton in my ears to learn. I learned about it, and then I learned about it later on in life, or it was brought up again. I was like, I think I heard of it somewhere. What was that? Right. I think I heard of it in Mr. So and so's class. Because if you're not ready to hear something, if you're not ready to thoroughly dive deep, because people don't come to my channel because everything's going great in their life. They come here because things have fell apart. They're trying to figure out what in the world they can do to get this thing right. And I consider myself not just a relationship coach, but also a relationship consultant, to help them save time, to help them help them understand if this relationship is worth saving, or if it's uh, something that they can do, a way that they can show up better in order to turn things around. And I don't teach just about attachment theories. I teach also about, you know, the law of polarity. I'm not going to say it because I don't know if they're going to like mess with me on this one. The law of so and so polarity, how attraction works for men and women, how masculine versus beta male energy, the divine feminine, which women need to tap into more. Women that are struggling to find men and keep men because um, they tend to push the men away because they like to do everything for themselves. It's really hard for them to just let go and let themselves be in the moment and be at ease, because they have a hard time tapping into their divine feminine. So um, it's not too late. I'm going to go back to the topic here. It's not too late for you to find me. Like I said earlier, I don't know if you guys have seen that. My apologies. I hope that didn't end my stream. My daughter calling. Sorry. Hold on, hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. All right. I'm going to play this real quick. I like that. That's a new trick I learned. I'm just going to, I don't like doing this. I hate not being present with you guys, but um, honestly, you guys were shocked that I was able to get on here at nighttime. My kids probably thinking like he's not on a live session. He's always on here during the daytime. But yeah, so you found me exactly when you needed to find me. You found me when your mind was ready to find me. Napoleon Hill talks about this, and I don't know if you guys ever heard of him. In Think and Grow Rich, he gave the master keys to success in that book, and he would always say before he started to talk, if you listen very closely, I'm going to give you the key to success right now, right here and now, if your mind is ready to receive it. And it's the same with any information that you take in, anything that you learn in life. Your mind has to be open enough to receive that information. Because let's just be honest, a lot of men, we struggle with egos, and we think like, we don't need to know any of that. Like, why? Our relationship's going well. There's no point in me learning about attachment style theory. That's for people who struggle with life. But it's not until things fall apart they start to like wonder what in the world is going on. Why am I acting like this? I'm totally anxious people. I'm totally losing myself. I don't know who this person is. I am not showing up the way that I normally show up in relationships, because usually I don't really care about women, but it's only, you don't attach to people very often. It's very rare to attach to someone, which is why you can go on a whole lot of first dates and nothing really develops. Nothing really goes further than, a couple months of just dating and courtship. So, all right, I learned about it. You need to tell this to my ex. Yeah, everybody keep asking me, how is it that they ask me, should I send this video to my ex? Should I talk to my ex about this? Like, well, you can if you want to, but if their mind's not open to it, and they see you as trying to manipulate them and or criticize them, yeah, it wouldn't be a good idea. You need to tell me, all right, I learned about it at the end of my relationship and sent a video to my ex. All right, Matthew, thank you for this. It was a very emotional experience for both of us to have our eyes open to why the way we do things and who we are. Yeah, that was a smooth transition. Hey, you like that transition? I'm trying. I'm trying to learn. Trying to be better at live streaming. Because I don't know if you guys ever seen my earlier videos. If you're just coming in here, I said on one of my previous videos that I like doing this the most. I don't like putting out pre-recorded videos. If I'm being honest, if I'm going to talk about the analytics here, YouTube likes the pre-recorded videos because they can push it out to as many people as possible. But you got to kind of be in my community to know and to catch these live sessions early on. How did it turn out, Matthew? Was she accepted? All right. We got a little side conversation going on. If you are on the brink of a breakup, how can we introduce this to try and turn it around? Um, I I like to say that you need to be a little covert about it. All right, you need to be a little bit covert. Talk if you're out to coffee, dinner, whatever. You guys are just hanging out. Kind of bring it up as kind of like a side conversation. Like, oh man, I learned something about this so and so. I'm learning so much about myself. And if they start to feel curious about it, and just say, hey, I'm not trying to make you manipulate or encourage you to manipulate anybody, but this is just the way you want to do it. You don't want to be direct, because if it comes too directly, they're going to feel like, all right, what are you trying to say to me? That something's wrong with me, that I'm broken, or the keyword that everybody likes to go to, like I'm a narcissist or something, because that's the hot topic. But no, do it in a way where it just kind of like comes up as like, this is something that I'm interested in. And try not to push too much on them. Don't say something like, I feel you're just like this. No. Say, I feel like this is something that's really helping me a lot. Like, I'm learning a lot about myself, why I'm showing up the way I am in relationships. And that's pretty much as non-confrontational or non-critical or non-direct way that you can bring it up to them. If you're on all right. She was very receptive. Okay, I'm trying to catch up here. Do you have what's up, Brooklyn? What's up, Jacqueline? Hey, Lanice, it is good to see you. It's been a while. I hope you're doing well. Do you have any other relationship gurus, getting an ex back people that you'd recommend on YouTube? E-Money. Why are you gonna do that? That's like driving into Burger King and saying, hey, can I get a Big Mac? I don't have any. Sorry, I'm more spiritual. And if you want to talk about spiritual people, then I'll point you in the direction of Wayne Dyer and Thich Nhat Hanh and Lao Tzu. So yeah. Honestly, I got a couple people that I really feel gives good advice, but I don't know how they feel about me referring them to you. So guru. Anytime I think about the word guru, I think about Tony Robbins' movie I Am Not Your Guru. If you haven't read that or watched that movie, it's actually a pretty good movie. Documentary, or I don't know what it is. What would you call that? If you guys know about Tony, comment down below. If you guys know about the movie or documentary by Tony Robbins, I'm Not Your Guru. It's pretty raw, but it's actually pretty good. Hello from Brooklyn. How do you know your breakup was the result of an attachment versus she just simply dumped you? Oh man, that's a good one. See, I like to. People think that everybody operates the same, but no. When Women operate differently from men, all right? And women, they can check out of the relationship before you even know it. They'll start to lose their attraction for you. They'll start pulling away. And then know about the history, because I feel like so many people don't date properly. You have to ask healthy, meaningful questions early on in the relationship, in the courtship, right? During the courtship. When you're dating them and you're asking them about their parents, were their parents together? Were they divorced? Um, how was their upbringing? How were their relationship with their siblings? And just a bunch of how they view having kids. All those different questions is really going to give you insight on who they are. Um, if you've got somebody that was really balanced growing up, or if you found somebody that grew up in a really toxic relationship and they started to pull away from you, and then you start thinking like, all right, this person might have some type of unhealthy attachment style here. But if they grew up in a healthy household, and and it's not all 100% either, because there's some people that grew up in healthy households but still ended up with unhealthy attachment styles. So ask the questions. If you and then check yourself. Check if you started to turn needy and anxious, or if you started to pull away too much. If you start to show like start to become inattentive to them, as not as much as you were before, or if you started to be too clingy and too jealous and possessive, uh, too demanding of their time, or not giving enough time. Because I teach this a lot. It's about balance. Were you balanced in a relationship? Look at yourself, self-reflect on what you did and how you showed up in a relationship. And if she dumped you because you feel like you just didn't show up right, because I asked too many questions. Now that's funny. If a person dumped you, Glenn said she dumped me because I asked too many questions. If a person dumped you because you asked too many questions, that means they had something to hide, or they just can't deal with stressful situations. And having a meaningful conversation and having some I don't know if you were just like putting a spotlight in her face, like, where are you at? Like, yeah, then that's another thing. But if you were asking healthy questions, you were just trying to build a genuine connection with them, then then you know that they most likely have some type of avoidant attachment style, and they're trying to just not think about it and just live in a moment and just live, fly by the seat of their pants. Lanice, we do need to touch base. All right. Hey, coach, I have an INFJ. Me too. I think I'm a J. You know your Myers Briggs changed too, because I was a perceiver, I was a judger, and then I started to be more a perceiver throughout the span of like 5 years. So I'll read this question though. I have a statement. I have an INFJ personality type, and I feel like I'm a combo of fearful avoidant and dismissive avoidant. Is this possible? Dr. Wayne Dyer said no one knows enough to be a skeptic about anything. So, could be, which is why I'm not a skeptic about anything, about any religion, about um, anything that's possible in this world. Like, I don't know enough about it. Like, I'm just, I have a mind that's open to everything but attached to nothing. What's your opinion on sending an exit video? I don't think meeting up is an option, but I feel it would be more impactful than a regular email. What do you think? Hmm. I mean, is it in like the dialogue of the conversation? Like if you just come out of nowhere and just send them a video of attachment styles, then they might be like, okay, what is? They'll give you the people's eyebrow, like, what is this about? I think she was a dismissive. Glenn, I told you that too. I think she was a dismissive. I was going to ask a question, but I feel like I need to book a session. Jacqueline, book a session with me. I have that in my description after the video ends. I know you guys can't get there after doing this video, but after it ends, you can go to any of my video. I have that in there where you can book a session. My website, I have my email up here, and I got it pinned here in the chat. Because you know what? Sometimes emails and messages just don't cut it. Like you need to see me, you need to sit down with me one on one so I can assess what's going on, the history, get a little bit of context on what's going on with your situation, and then we make the decision. Ask anybody that I worked with. Like literally, I'm there, and it's like we're exhausted by the end of the session. I'm like, whew, I need to go lay down or go take a walk because I'm really there trying to figure things. I am challenging you to um, assess the situation and look at it at as many angles as you can, through as many lenses as you can. My DA doesn't like a lot of questions. Yeah, they get overwhelmed with questions for whatever reason. And it all depends on the degree of their dismissiveness. You know, you have some people that are leaning more towards secure, you know, that are okay with fielding questions and, um, you know, helping you out with your anxiety. And then you have other people that just don't, they're just way dismissive and they're like, this is too much for me. All right, Casey, that is a great question. All right, I'm going to take off, you guys. This was amazing. A nice little late night session. I feel like I was a little bit more awake tonight, too, given that I didn't even have my coffee in my hands. She said she would study. All right, hold on, wait. Casey is a great question. I tried to explain to my ex a few weeks ago that I was their attachment style wreaking havoc with her decision to end things. That it was her attachment style wreaking havoc. She said she would study it more, but she admitted that I was spot on with the examples I gave her. Hopefully that's the push in the right direction. Because here's the thing. I just wrote a quote today that says you go to the relationship to give. You go to the relationship. All right. I want to make sure I'm accurate with this. And then I'm going to end this session. All right. You give to become more like God, not to receive. When receiving is your aim, then all giving will be conditional, self-gratifying, and leaving you jaded. So if you are educating her about attachment style purely because you care and purely because you want to help her grow, then that's helpful. That's something that you can walk away. You can wash your hands and walk away like I did everything that I possibly could. And not only that, I educated her and I gave her some tools that could help her out in her future relationships. Because if you truly loved her and you truly unconditionally loved her, then you want her to be happy with whoever she's going to be with. If it's not you, then you want her to go to the next relationship and have those tools and not make the same mistakes over again. Just like you want to have this information so you go to the next relationship and not make the same mistakes. But we learn best by our failures. We actually need failure in order to educate us. People who failed a lot, me, I feel like I needed those failures in order to thrive. I feel like after learning about attachment styles, I kind of understand the reason she acted certain ways. I think a video demonstration that I understood her perspective may be a good idea. That's true. Because sometimes they think like, oh, you're just spitballing here. But our need to be understood as human beings, our need to be not alone and to be understood is a really strong need. And so when somebody shows us that, hey, you're not crazy and you're not alone, it's a really powerful thing. So I am out of here, guys. Happy hump day. If you want my help personally, reach out to me on my website at www.fruitfulseeds.com and leave me an email no longer than 2 to 3 paragraphs long, no longer than 500 words, because it makes it really difficult to respond to long emails. And follow me on my other social media sites. Twitter is Coach Court 2, Instagram is I'm Coach Court, and Facebook is I'm Coach Court. Thank you, guys, and I will talk to you soon.